Hello everybody, I'm just going to do a quick unboxing here of the new Privateer Press War Machine Menoth Jack kit. This kit here allows you to make the Castigator, the Reckoner, and the Sanctifier. The one on the front I do believe is the Sanctifier. I'm using my friend's ogre or troll to hold this. He's so kindly offered to be my prop guy so that there wouldn't be no sheen on there, and now he's decided he doesn't want to help out anymore. That's fine. So you got the Castigator, and he's got two open fists, as you can probably see there maybe through the picture. And it's this one here, and underneath both or above and beneath each fist is a flamethrower port. And his deal is pretty much to flame the living crap out of non-believers. Castigator, which is right next to him, has a really big mace, so he clubs you in the head, and then he's got a little cannon off to the side that he shoots at people. He seems to be a very popular miniature amongst most Menoth players. And then you get the Sanctifier that walks around. He's got one open fist, and he's got a big symbol of Menoth mace in his other hand to beat the living crap out of you. So here's a little bit of a closer picture of the box art. Sanctifier, I gotta say, does look pretty cool. I like the face on the robot in there. I think it's kind of nice. I think I might leave that in there and just magnetize the rest of the body parts and not pull in and out the head. I kind of really like the head more than the others, and so I think I might just leave it. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of this unboxing. So just like every other Privateer Press, little plastic tray that it all comes into, little bag that holds all the parts, and then always a little finger part here, pops the cards out. All three cards for each miniature is supplied. You can see their stat lines, and you can see the weapons, their boxes, and these are all three are heavy jacks, and then their special abilities are also here. I will not go through them like I have in most videos, just because I do want to try to keep the time limits on my videos down. I try not to make them longer than 15 minutes. I try to make them 10 minutes or less, but I do a really crappy job at that, as you can probably all tell. And then here's the Castigator here. Pretty nasty flamethrowers when you figure they're, oh, that's the Flame Fist, this POW 16. Pretty nasty actually in the game. Most jacks are around armor 18 to 19, so you're looking at dice -2 to dice -3. K-Door Jack, you're probably looking at dice -4 to maybe dice -5. And even dice -6 if you got really shitty luck and he's got a shield. Plus, Menoth has a way to bump that up in some of their other stats where they're kind of lacking through certain different things. Menoth is a synergy army. And where did I put my knife? Yeah, it's a synergy army. That's one thing about Menoth. And they also can buff, and they're also a denial army. A really good, well-balanced, well, I don't know if I'd say well-balanced, but they're a pretty good army. I kind of like things that are kind of in the middle, don't superly excel out too well at one thing. The base, not fucking major there. Here is the chassis. Let me go ahead and go into my manual focus here. So this way I can just keep bringing the parts to myself. There we go. So here's the chassis here. That little piece right there is part of the sprue that they use to inject the mold. That's not too hard to get off. It's not in a bad spot really. It's kind of right there in a flat area. So just take your clippers, clip it, and file it right down, and you're good to go. From what I can see here, there's a mold line right there. Kind of move it around a little bit so you can see it. It's not too bad, actually. It's not a horrible spat. I can remove that pretty easily. And, yeah, it's not bad at all, really. And there's another little part of the injection right there. Nothing too major. Still pretty easy to remove. That's the spot where the head, well, maybe this is where the head goes. Well, I think that's the head, and I think that's not a turbine. No, I'm sorry, that's not the head. Those are both those little stacks. That's where the head goes right there. And that's where the torso connects. So here's the Castigator's hand. And as you can see here, the flame-throwing holes from where the, I'm not sure what they would use, or what they do use. There's a little injection part there, really easy to clean, not in a bad spot. Mold line running across there, but it's not that bad compared to some of the other mold lines I've removed in my life. Somewhere along the tubing, and you know, on the tubing, I'm not too worried so much on mold lines. Sometimes I actually choose to leave if the mold line runs perfectly along the center of a tube. I will actually leave it just to say that, you know, it's mass-produced mold or tubing, and you know, when they mass-produce tubing, there, you know, there is mold lines there. So sometimes I will leave it there for a little bit more realism, even though most people are just thinking you're just trying to be lazy. I really do take a lot of time to clean my miniatures. Now here's a mold line I'm not too thrilled about right there. That's kind of in a shitty place, but I'll make it work, hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully I don't take away too much detail. There's another part of the injection. The rest of the mold line on it actually isn't too bad. It kind of continues right back here too, and then it goes back here where you really won't see it. But it's just really crappy right there, and it's not so bad in the other place. So we'll live. Here is a foot. Which one I am not sure. Looks like his right foot. Yep, it's his right foot. Another injection, not in a bad spot at all. I really don't see the mold line. Oh, there it is, right there. But I don't think the camera's gonna pick that up, which isn't a crime. It's actually not a very bad mold line whatsoever. It's gonna be really super easy to clean, and it's barely there, and it's only in that one little spot, so that's pretty nice. Another injection. Here, this is the stack. Mold line is there, but very faintly. So that'll be a nice, quick, simple one. Here's one of the pads. Here's the injection port, easy to remove. And mold line is actually right here along this ridge of the plate, which makes it nice to get rid of. Here's the large mace. Mold line running right here, injection spot, which isn't too hard to get rid of. Mold line goes along the top and then comes down this part. It's not that bad of a mold line, to be honest. Yeah, because right where the little bumps are, you can't see the mold line. It's just in these flat spots, which actually will make it pretty easy to remove. And then here's the Sanctifier's little bitch be good stick. A little bit of mold, but it's actually in a spot very favorable to get rid of and be very unnoticeable. So this shouldn't take too long to clean up either. Castigator cannon. Mold line here won't be quite as easy as the other ones to clean. Other mold line there. Injection. But overall, not too bad. Only one major mold line to get rid of. Here is another arm that a hand would go. Whoops. Here's another arm that a hand would go into. Pay attention to what I'm doing so I can make sure that everything's on the camera. Alright, this little baggie here has some of these smaller fiddlier bits, like the little plate that covers up the face here. I don't want to take them out because I don't want to run the chance of losing them. The hand, one of the duck faces, as I like to call them. Kind of their little mask and helmet things kind of remind me of a duck. Like if you were watching a Donald Duck go into like medieval armor, that's what he would look like. Especially if he was going to be a bad guy. And then there's another duck one, another part of the arm, nothing major. And here's the one face that I was talking about that I really like the look of. So I might just leave that in for all three builds. You kind of should be able to see it kind of slightly faded because the plastic is blocking it. But like I said, I don't want to pull it out and lose it. So here's a nice big injection. Mold line runs right across here. It actually kind of varies off right around the it's not coming up for some reason. Let me try changing the manual for just. No, it's in the right spot. It's just not showing up. Now I gotta get this thing just right. There we go. So yeah, there's a little Menoth symbol here, and the mold line actually kind of goes just around it. You can't really see it. I believe this is a shoulder and arm socket. Yeah, this is an arm socket. Mold line is there, but not too bad. Easy to get rid of. Not in the way whatsoever. It's nice. Here's the other arm one. Same deal. So just the other side. Here's another one of the plates. It's also the same deal as the other one, with the stuff on the edge, which is nice. Another, I would take it, punchy arm. This is the other foot. A little bit more of a mold line on this one than the last, but once again, very minimal mold line. Be nice, quick, simple, get rid of. Here is the shield that is on one of them. Mold line runs along the edge once again, so it doesn't go anywhere where the detail is, which is nice. I really like when they do stuff like that. Here is the other stack. It's got a little bit more of a mold line than the other one, but not going to be hard to get rid of. Real simple. And last but not least, the other Castigator arm. As you can see here with the tubing. Real nice detail they put in these plastic resin mix kits. Well, I hope this is helpful to you into what the kit looks like and what it comes with. I hope it is also helpful if you're looking at what you can get from these plastic kits from Protectorate Press compared to War Machine or the other lines. As you can see here, I had to put some green stuff in. I don't think any game system really can get away with some of that stuff. My Horde plastic kit, luckily enough, I really haven't had to use too much of anything to fill in some of the gaps. I'll probably show that in a different video. Because he's not actually done. I got to do some magnetizing, and right now I'm actually doing some conversion to that. So he's definitely not ready. He's naked and needs to be covered because he's a very modest model. But so let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down in the comment section. Talk to you guys all later. Have a good night and happy wargaming.